Swordfish, one of the best guns in the game, recently added into multiplayer, and let me tell you, this thing is insane. So today I've got a nice class setup you guys can use, especially for low level players. It's not even a crazy build where you have to level it up. This I got very quickly. So starting off with the optic, I'm not really a fan of the default iron sight, so I just went with the hover point elo, the new elo. It's pretty good with this weapon, so I would recommend using that. Very nice at that medium to long range, and because it's a burst weapon, you don't really have a lot of recoil. You're really going to enjoy this weapon. So it's going to be a great addition. So you can start off with the optic, then we go to the muzzle. Now, two options here. One was the suppressor. You could just use this if you're going for maybe like high score streaks or nukes and you want to stay off the minimap. I didn't mind this one. But the one that I really think is very good on this is the muzzle brake. With the muzzle brake, you actually get like instant no recoil, right? And because the first shot recoil control is so good on this and the kick reset speed, it actually works really well with the burst fire. So I don't think you really need anything on this because the recoil is so minimum as it is, but when I used the muzzle brake, it felt really good, so I would recommend giving that a go. Then we go to the barrel. In terms of the barrel, you've got a couple of options here. For me personally, I just went with the long barrel. That gives you the damage range. I think that's the best one because, like I said, this is going to be more medium and long range, so this allows you to one burst at those further distances. So I would personally go for the long barrel. I don't really have an underbarrel for this weapon. I don't think you necessarily need it, as well as a magazine, so I go straight to the rare grip. For the rare grip, I like to get the quick draw grip just to give you a bit more ADS speed. I think this is really useful. And then for the last attachment, I would actually go with a stock. If you go to the stocks right now, the biggest stock I would recommend is the BO7 light stock, the aim walking movement speed. I think this is the best one for this build to give you that extra strafe speed. Now, one attachment I think you can change is if you don't really want a muzzle. Like I said, I do think the muzzle brake is a little bit overkill. I don't think you necessarily need it, but it does feel good where your weapon doesn't move at all. But because it's a burst, you don't really need it. So you could either put on a suppressor or take off the muzzle completely. And then for your fire mods, what you can do is add overpressure. This gives you a bit more bullet velocity, and at that long range, you get more consistent shots across, and you could maybe one or two burst them at long range as well. So those are kind of my builds, my attachments. Really good weapon. I recommend using it at that medium range. One thing I would say if you're going to use this is use your omni movement, like your slide cancel, get a burst and then reposition. If you could get a burst and then reposition, you're going to be very difficult to hit. Hope you guys enjoy the video.